Did you know that 93% of consumers make a decision to purchase a product or not just by looking at the product photos? That means your product mockup isn't just a nice thing to have. It's literally the difference between making a sale and getting scrolled past. Here's an example of what I'm actually talking about. Just look at these two listings. This one on the left, the design just sits there flat, no texture, looks like a digital sticker. Now look at this one on the right. The design actually sinks into the fabric and you can actually see the folds, the way it curves with the body and the natural shadows. It looks like a real shirt someone would actually want to wear. But here's the problem. If you are a print-on-demand seller like me, then how do you create product mockups this real when you don't have any product inventory in your hands? If you don't have a good answer to that question, do not worry. Because in this video, I am going to show you step by step on how to create realistic POD mockups. From manual techniques to smart tools that do all the heavy lifting for you, I am covering everything from A to Z. If you are new here, what's up? I help print-on-demand sellers create better product visuals without the overwhelm. So if that sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into it. Okay, first let me break down why most POD mockups don't just look right. There are actually 3 reasons that make the product mockups look fake. Problem 1. Flat overlays. When you just paste a PNG onto a short photo, the design doesn't interact with the fabric at all. The shirt underneath has wrinkles, folds and textures, but your design just floats there perfectly smooth and your brain immediately flags it as fake. Problem 2. The lighting doesn't match. If the light source of your design is different from the light source on the model photo, then something definitely feels off. Most people can't explain why it looks wrong, but they feel it instantly. And problem 3. No distortion. Real clothing stretches and curves around our body. When a design doesn't follow these curves, when it doesn't bend with the wrinkle or wrap around the sides, it looks like a digital sticker on a screen and not a printed t-shirt. The market is getting very crowded, and standing out today isn't just having a cool design. It's about presenting the design in a way that builds trust. So let me show you how I fix all these problems, starting with the fastest and the easiest method first. When I started my first t-shirt brand, I did not know where to begin with mockups. I wasn't familiar with the tools or techniques and I was completely lost. Then a friend of mine suggested I hire a designer to handle it, and I ended up spending about $200 for just 10 mockups. 10, can you believe that? And when it came time for my second batch of designs, I did not want to make the same mistake. I literally had no budget left to blow on freelance mockups. So then I started looking for a more cheaper, faster and efficient way to create product mockups, and that's when I came across Modor. Modor is an AI-powered mockup generator and it's built specifically for POD sellers. The tool offers over 10,000 mockup templates and it's across 25 product categories including t-shirts, hoodies, posters and more. And the best thing is that it's so easy to use. You do not need any design skills. Let me show you how. Let's start with a hoodie mockup. I am going to select the hoodie category and you'll see all these beautiful templates. Next, just select the template you like, and I'm going to select this one as I like the design of this the most. Now, click on use this mockup and the dashboard will open. And the interface is so easy to use. Now upload your design and that's it. And the next thing you want to do is just click on your uploaded design and the tool renders it with realistic shadows and folds within seconds. And if you want the hoodie in another color, then you can also change the color of the hoodie. And if you want multiple variations, you can simply duplicate the mockup without any manual editing. And that's it. No waiting on a freelancer, no revision fees. And the second best part is that both the free and the pro plans come with commercial licensing. And if you want to try it out yourself, I have left the link in the bio along with a discount code that you can use. Now if you want full control, then Photoshop is still the gold standard, and I'll show you why. The step 1, and this is the simplest trick that makes the biggest difference, which is blends more. So instead of just pasting a design on top, you can place it as a layer over the short image and change the blends more to multiple. Now look at that. Instantly, the shadows and the fabric folds underneath show through your design. Now step 2 is that you need to match the movement of the fabric. Real shirts twist and fold, so naturally your design has to follow that. And to do that, you just have to go to effects and then distort. Or even better, use the liquify tool. You can gently push the edges of your graphic so it curves around the chest, follow wrinkle lines and wraps around the sides. This is what sells the illusion that someone is actually wearing the shirt. And step 3. Here's a more advanced one most beginners never heard about: displacement maps. This literally maps your flat artwork to every thread and folds in the fabric. The way it works is you save a black and white, slightly blurred version of your blank t-shirt. The next thing you want to do is go to filters, then you have to go to distort, displays and load that file. Your design instantly picks up the fabric texture and it goes from a flat vector to printed on cotton. Now I'll be real with you. This takes practice and design skills to get it right. Photoshop has a very high learning curve, and if you are creating new listings every week, doing this manually for every product gets time consuming very fast. Sometimes the product mockup isn't the problem, it's the backgrounds. When people see the same 5 model photos across 10 different stores, then your brand naturally blends in. AI tools like Nano Banana and ChatGPT lets you generate custom scenes. Another option is to go for unbranded photography packs from Etsy. Real models, professional lighting, no logos. Just drop your design on and it looks like a custom photo shoot without the $500 price tag. But I want to be really honest with the downsides of using AI for product mockups, because they are not perfect. First, consistency can be an issue. You might generate one amazing image and then struggle to get a second one that matches the same model, same lighting and same vibe. Second, details gets weird. AI sometimes messes up hands, facial features or the edges of your design, so you have to check every image carefully before using it. And third, it can be auto-token or credit sync. You might burn through a bunch of generations before landing on something usable, especially when you are first learning how to write prompts. And with each image costing around $1 to $5, that can be expensive really fast. So my advice, AI scenes are great tools to have in your toolkit, but don't rely on them exclusively. Mix them with dedicated mockup generators like Modor and real photography packs for more consistent and professional looking product mockups for your store. Alright, so let me quickly recap the 3 ways to create realistic mockups for your POD business. The smart way: use Modor for speed and consistency with no design skills needed. The pro way: use Photoshop for full control, but it's very time heavy and not beginner friendly. The modern way: AI scenes and photo packs for unique look, but watch out for consistency and credit costs. The bottom line is this: we are in a time where these tools are more accessible than ever. So there's no reason to have bad mockups holding back great designs. Before you go, I want to leave you with one thought. The difference between a store that sells and a store that gets ignored comes down to single image. That first mockup a customer sees, if it looks real, they click it. But if it looks fake, they scroll. And now you have 3 ways to make sure it always looks real. If you found this video helpful, give a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which of these 3 methods you are going to try first. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.